Or are you guys all going to take a huge holiday? I am doing nothing in December. And January strikes, and February strikes, and lockdown strikes. What are we doing? It's really, really serious. And so I thought this morning it appropriate that we tackle a topic that all of us have to face when we're talking to people about DuePoint, and that I face talking even to you, wealth engineers, when talking about DuePoint on a daily basis. It's the topic we face every day as people trying to build at DuePoint. And that topic is doubt. It's doubt. We're constantly, when I talk to you, you tell me, Brendan, I don't know if I can do this. Everybody says no. Is this something that I can actually sacrifice my career? I put it in inverted commas because none of us have real careers. We're all just surviving in our jobs, okay? Can I sacrifice my career to do this? There's this doubt in everybody's mind. Then you go on and talk to people about DuePoint, and they give you all the, I'm not doing this, this is not for me, this, all of that sort of stuff. How do we tackle that doubt? How do we start to get rid of self-doubt and replace it with self-belief? How do we do that in this process? And so today, I want to run through a whole lot of different aspects of this business, from the actual corporate side through to the individual side. And I want us at the end of the session, I hope, to be a lot more self-confident in what we're doing. Because if we're going to do it in December, if we're going to do it in January, and if we're going to do it in a post-corona world, we're going to have to believe in ourselves. We're going to have to. We're not going to be left with any other options. It's not like we can go, no, we'll go and do another career, start a new business. Those are gone. Those are all gone, ladies and gentlemen. I know you think I say that just because I'm trying to build DuePoint. No, I am telling you they're gone. People will believe me in time. They'll be forced to. I'm hoping that you guys will already be built and stable by then. You too will be testimony to the truth that the old ways are gone. And so this morning, let's take a look at it. Rob has called it the power of trust. I actually called it trusting the story. Now, why I call it trusting the story is because it has happened before. Now, when I say it's happened before, I want to break this down to the words I don't like, because they are the words we face naturally. Naturally, people go, you are a network marketing company or an MLM. They just automatically, they don't know my arguments behind it as to why I don't believe we're those things. We have used the tool of network marketing and MLM in a very different way, in a totally innovative way to create permanent wealth. But it is a very small part of our entire system. But you will face it as you speak to people, and you yourselves say it. I've heard all of you say, no, DuePoint's the best network marketing company ever. And I cringe. I go, every time somebody says that. Because we're not actually network marketing. None of you arrived here in your branded cars this morning. It was not like green on the side of your cars. You know what brand I'm talking about. None of you had product in your boots. And none of you had your projector and pull-up screen with you. None of you. And none of you had a booklet of paper application forms. I have bad news for you, ladies and gentlemen. This is not network marketing, and you're not network marketers. Not anymore. Okay? The fact that you would recommend people to us does not make you a network marketer, because you recommend to your friends movies at the cinema, clothes, restaurants, cars. If you recommend something to someone, it doesn't make you a network marketer, and yet we think it does. But we're going to tackle that this morning, because this is the first thing I face. We had a troll on our Facebook page a couple months ago. The whole way through, he was telling us we were network marketing and MLMs. Okay, so fine, let's tackle it. I tackled him on the night. We're going to tackle the topic here today. If we are a network marketing company, then there should be no question in your mind you should be joining. Okay, that's weird. Why? People don't like network marketing. There's such huge stigma against network marketing. Why should we automatically join? Why? Because there is an undeniable track record of success with network marketing. Not Ponzi schemes and pyramid schemes. No, they all fail. But network marketing, proper, legitimate MLMs and network marketing companies have an undeniable success track record in the world, globally, and for the last 200 years. Let's take a look at what they're doing right now. At the moment, there's 100 and let's call it 20 million network marketers in the world at the moment. 120 million. How many people live in South Africa? 57, something million. This is double the number. So more people, twice as many people as the number of people that live in South Africa are currently network marketers. 10 million of them do it full time. They do nothing else other than network marketing. It is their primary source of everything in life. Is that 10 million? That's already 20% of the population of South Africa Just that number alone. The average earning of a network marketer, and when I put this number down, Rob would refuse to believe me. He said, there's no chance that this is true. So I said, go look it up. And he went and looked it up. There's a whole range of numbers that are out there at the moment. But if we average up the range, at the moment is about $2,800 a month is what the average earning network marketer earns today, right now. Let's just work that out in rands. In rands and cents, about 40,000 rand a month. So the average network marketer right now in the world who earns, not all of those that don't earn, let's just take the earners, and we look at the average of what they're earning, is 40,000 rand a month. Could we say that of employment? Do you think the average employee earns 40,000 rand a month? So why do people disparate? Why do people talk about and tear down network marketing? If somebody comes to you with a network marketing opportunity that's legitimate, you should be jumping at the opportunity. At the moment, it is the most successful industry in the world. It has been growing faster than any other industry in the world for 17 years. Why would we think badly of network marketing? Why would we? At the moment, on average, every 10 seconds, somebody becomes a new network marketer. Somewhere in the world, every 10 seconds. That's an average, obviously. Every 10 seconds, somebody becomes a network marketer. Why should we be ashamed of it? It's an undeniable track record. Self-confidence. Are you self-confident in what's going on here? Let's talk about the companies. The network marketing companies at the moment add up to a revenue value of about 200 billion US dollars per annum. That's 3.2 trillion rand. That's about our GDP. So the revenue produced by legitimate network marketing companies around the world is probably very similar to the GDP of South Africa right now. The forecast is it'll be triple that size in the next 5 years. By 2025, it will be a 600 billion rand business. That's 10 trillion rand. That then makes it multiples of the size, because you know what's happening in South Africa's economy? It's getting smaller and smaller and smaller every year. This is getting bigger and bigger and bigger every year. So what are we doing? Why would people be negative about network marketing when it has an undeniable track record in itself? Okay, so that lays the landscape for us. You want to call us an MLM? You want to call us a network marketing company? We're proud to be that then. And we're proud to be that because look at what's happening around the world. Look at it. We're proud to be a network marketing company. So I put up here, what's your story? What's your story? Why do you doubt? Why do you doubt? If this is the truth, if that's the truth, then why do you feel like this guy when it comes to talking about DuePoint to people? Why do you feel like that? There should be no doubt in your mind, but let's work through the doubts. I'm going to talk about just you now. Spoken about the big outside there. I've laid the picture. Now we're going to talk about just you. There's 3 reasons that you doubt. And this can be you personally and any prospect you bring. Any prospect you try and connect to DuePoint. These are always the 3 reasons. There are no other reasons. These are the 3 reasons that will encompass all of their reasons for not wanting to do DuePoint or any form of legitimate network marketing. Ego, fear, and stigma. Stigma is what other people have taught them. Okay? That's what stigma is. Other people have said something and you've taken it to heart, so you react the same way. Okay, let's look at them. So looking at the subcategories of ego. Embarrassment, naturally. People are embarrassed. Okay? Their perception of how it will affect them. Okay? And a fear of isolation. My ego will be crippled if I lose my friends. Okay? We're going to get into each of these. Fear, lack of self-belief. I can't do this. I can't do this. You might be able to do this, but I can't do this. Okay? Poverty mindset. We have all been trained to be poor. We have been. The moment you ask for something for free, you are indicating you have been trained to be poor. People who are rich never ask for things for free. Never. Okay? It's an interesting lesson our country could learn. Because we always ask for everything for free, don't we? And we don't ask, we use that word. What's the word we use? Demand. I demand. So powerfully have we been taught to be poor that we demand to remain it. We demand to remain it, okay? Poverty mindset, it's built into all of us, okay? Apathy. Apathy is laziness built out of and brought or born out of fear. I am afraid to work, and therefore I choose laziness, okay? Apathy is powerful in stopping people from doing network marketing. Stigma, bad experiences, personal bad experiences, and hearing others' bad experiences, okay? Ignorance, I don't know what it is. I don't like it. If it's not, it doesn't smell, look, and taste like a job, I'm not doing it, okay? Ignorance. And the media. The media. They like to tear network marketing down because of all of these other things that they themselves feel, all right? And so we get a very bad image out of this. These are reasons why you and others won't do this properly or won't do it at all. Okay, let's break it down a little bit further. Ego, embarrassment. You remember? Ego, embarrassment. We're going to break all of these down now. Let's look at ego, embarrassment. Your biggest reason for doubt is embarrassment. It's your ego. That is the single biggest reason why people don't do network marketing. It's their ego. They cannot deny it. So let's look at it. It says, what will others think of me if I do this? I've been talking to, I think I've mentioned him a few times, my best friend from school. I've known him since I was 7 years old. And I had lunch with him again just a short while ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I said to him, when are you coming to DuePoint? When are you coming? You know me. Like, I'm not holding anything back. I look him in the eye and I go, you have been losing money and struggling with poverty. When are you coming to do DuePoint and be a success with me? Can't do it. He can't. He's an actuary. He's qualified. He cannot face his friends. He cannot. Because what will others think of me? Oh. But remember the big picture I gave you. The big picture. 120 million people. Average earning 2,800, 40,000 Rand a month. He doesn't earn 40,000 Rand a month at the moment. But what will others think? No, you mustn't. You all reacted like this too the first time somebody told you about DuePoint or any form of network marketing. You were like, I am not doing this. What will my friends think of me? Okay, great. This is beneath me. My actuary friend. I'm not doing this. I'm an actuary. I'd much rather stay poor than do this. This is what failures do. Only people who have failed in traditional employment do network marketing. Have you heard these ones before? What if I fail at this? How bad would I be if I do this thing and then fail at it? This is what people think. Every prospect you face is thinking this. They are thinking this, okay? You've thought it. Even as wealth engineers, you've thought these thoughts. And we got to get through these, okay? We're going to get through them today. Just put your seatbelts on. I'm going to take my watch off. We've got all day long, okay? All day. Lock the doors. All right. What if I fail at this? What I need is a real job. Because this is not real. This is not real. I need a real job. Oh, really? There's 120 million people do it. 10.5 million of them do it full time. This is not a real job. This is a real career. Okay, let's go and take a look some more. Perception. Okay, this is a pyramid scheme. Automatic knee-jerk response. Firstly, I'm not doing this because it's beneath me and what will my friends do, but secondly, it's a pyramid scheme. Am I right? You've had this conversation with people. You know that these are the defensive lines that you have got across with each individual. Okay, these things never work or last. They never work. Nobody has ever succeeded at network marketing. I've had people say that to me. Nobody has ever succeeded. I had a guy, he's one of the guys that we work with as a third-party supplier, and I showed him the presentation, and he said, wow, there's going to be a lot of disappointed people. I said, what? This was back in 2016. He said, yeah, no, nobody ever succeeds at these things. I was like, oh, get out. Get out. Next. You know? What nonsense. But it's there. It's there. It's the ego. No one succeeds at these things, so I'm not getting involved because then I'll be one of the people that fails. So I'm not going to get it. This is not a real way to make money. It's a fake way. It's a cheesy way. It's what poor people do that have failed. We do it on the side as a hobby. It's not a real way to make money. The products are not good enough. That was one of the responses my friend gave me. I need to believe in the products. I was like, are you kidding me? You're an actuary. Come and look at all my products. Come and look at them. No, but I need to believe in the products. You've never done this before. Don't tell me what you need. You don't even know what you need. You know? I need to believe in the products. I'd rather be poor. No one is going to buy them. Now, I love going back to the old Amway story because I was heavily involved there, so I know a lot of the history. Right in the beginning, the very first product that they had, people think it's the washing powder. That's not. That wasn't their first product. The toothpaste wasn't their first product either. Their very first product was male deodorant. It came in a wooden bottle and it stank to high heaven. Go and listen to the original stories. They will tell you. If you can build a network with a wooden bottle of male cologne that stinks, then you can do it at DuePoint. You know, like it's just not true that nobody's going to buy the products. I don't have enough time for this. We've heard that one. I don't have time for this. I'm too important. My ego tells me that I'm up here, and up here I'm very busy. I'm very busy. I have a very important title, and so I'm too busy. Isolation. I'm going to lose all my friends. And that's going to cripple my ego. I'm going to be embarrassed if I lose all my friends. What will I do? And this is a real fear. People are afraid that they are going to lose their friends. I'm no good at selling. I'm not a salesperson. I can't do this job. My personal trainer, been struggling financially for years. And I keep going, come on, dude, DuePoint, man. You only work 6 hours a day on and off. In between, you could be recruiting and talking and connecting. No. I don't have the right personality. Okay? I don't know enough people. Heard that one before? I only know a few people. Can't do this. I'm not a leader. This type of business requires leadership. I'm not a leader. Okay? I don't have the right personality overall, you know. Just people won't like me. They won't like me. I'm not charismatic enough. Okay? I've heard all of these. Okay, second category, subcategory, fear, lack of self-belief. Okay. 99.5% of people fail at traditional employment, so I'm just going to project that onto everything. I have seen people fail in employment, so I know that nobody's going to succeed at this. Okay. The statistic is correct. 99.5% of people never get anywhere in their careers. They barely survive their lives. Okay, that's the truth, but then it's just projected onto everything else. We just send it onto there. Because of that, it's natural that we're not going to believe in ourselves. So people go, I have failed at traditional employment. I've failed in my little business I tried to start. I'm going to fail at this too. And anybody that I connect will have been through the same set of circumstances as me. They're going to fail too. And therefore, the whole thing is going to fail. Okay. Our natural tendency, don't believe in ourselves. Don't believe in ourselves. I'm just not like you. We go out and we say, nonsense, look at all these testimonies. We've got to look, there's 127 of them on the YouTube channel. Go and see people succeeding at DuePoint. No, that's fine. They might have succeeded, but I'm just not like them. You might have succeeded, but I'm not like you. I've had people say that to me before. Say, I can help you succeed. No, Brendan, I'm not like you. Oh, wow. I'm going to stay poor. Our poverty training, our poverty mentality. Okay, just not good. Fear, poverty mindset. Let's take a look at this one. We have been trained to be ruled. Okay, that is how we have been trained. We've been like this for thousands of years. If you think back through the history of mankind, has there ever been a time when there hasn't been a leader? In South Africa, we love that term. We need it. We need a leader. We can't be the leader. You see, because we need a leader the whole time, we're telling ourselves that we can't be leaders. That's what we're doing. It means that we're looking for someone who we think is special. You see, wealth is for special people. Wealth is for leaders. This is typical of black, white, Indian, Asian. This is not typical to one particular race. We're all like that. When the Tsars fell in Russia during World War I, the final Tsars wiped out, pushed aside, they were going to bring in this whole new system called communism. Commune, community. There'd be no leaders. Every man would work for every other man. What happened in Russia? Do you guys know? They just moved into a dictatorship. They went from having an emperor to having a dictator, Stalin. Stalin, and then Lenin. And what have they got today? No, they're a democracy. Really? How long has Putin been the president of their democracy for? He's the next, because the Russian culture is such that they have only ever had a leader. And therefore they can't see a life outside of that. Look at China. China had the emperor. They hated the emperor. So they wiped out the emperor and they're going to bring in this new thing called communism. The commune, everybody would be together. And they just replaced the Tsar with a dictator. And that dictator has stood for nearly 100 years now. What do we do in South Africa? 1994, we changed over. We had broken systems that ruined and enslaved people's lives. We moved into a new free system. But we must still have our tribal leaders. We must still have our MPs, VPs, PPs. We must still have that because we need leaders. And what does it do? It means that we believe that we're not worthy. It means that we believe we can't have wealth. It means that we believe we must be poor. That's what it does. You might not have said that consciously, but you have been telling yourself that subconsciously your whole life. Your whole life you've looked at others who deserve wealth and have told yourself you do not. Therefore, when we come to you with DuePoint and we say we can create wealth, not money. Money is just one element of wealth. We can create true wealth for you. Go, no, that's not for me. I don't deserve it. It's for people who are leaders. You see how we do it? We've been taught to be poor. We've been taught to be poor. Apathy, the fear of work. This is something that is quite remarkable but very powerfully true. Most people are unwilling to change what they're doing to create anything. I am not willing to work any harder than I am working now. When I was at university, I was studying to be a chartered accountant and a lawyer. All right. Chartered accountant is a 4-year course. It gets harder and harder every year, and then you do 3 years of training before you are considered a chartered accountant, and you have to write 2 external exams and do a diploma in the middle of your 3 years of training. It's a huge exercise. I was at WITS. The day we started, there were 1,500 of us. And I remember a 4th-year student standing at the front and saying that there will be 1/10 of you left by the time you get to 4th year. So the class was going to diminish in size by 90% in 4 years. From there, it drops to about 1/3 of those that make it. So let's call it 5% of people who start actually become chartered accountants. I thought this was remarkable. I thought that cannot possibly be true, but it was. In my final year at WITS, in my 4th year, there were 127 of us. It started with 1,500, and there were 127. In my 2nd year, a very good friend of mine said to me, I'm quitting the course to become a chartered accountant. I said, why are you quitting? He said, because I'm working as hard as I am happy to work. I'm unwilling to work any harder. And I realized that in order to get to 3rd and 4th year, I'm going to have to work harder. And I'm unwilling to work harder. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the trap you are in right now. When Rob and I got up at the beginning of November and said, guys, we have to work harder in November and December, I know that 99% of you went, I'm too tired. It's been too long a year. I am unwilling to work harder than I have up until this point. That's 99% of you. You might not have said it out loud. You might not have even said it consciously. But it was the reaction your body had when Rob and I said, we have run out of time in 2020. You have to work harder in the last 8 weeks. It is the automatic response of people. So when you go to a prospect and you say, I can change your life forever. You can have everything you've never had and more. The body that they're in goes, I'm not willing to work any harder than I already am. That's what it does it not? Okay. Stigma, bad experiences, okay? True pyramid and Ponzi schemes are just part of our lives. Look at what's going on at the moment. There's been 2 of them this year. One of them has already gone into bankruptcy this year, and the other one will be there shortly. But how many thousands of people do we know that are in them? How many thousands of people have lost money? Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of South Africans that have lost money. And so naturally, we have a stigma towards network marketing because we think network marketing is the same as these other things that constantly come into the South African economy, steal, make big promises, but steal people's money and then disappear, leaving you in a worse position than the position you were on. There's this wonderful BBC Africa documentary that was just recently done. You can find it on YouTube. It's called something like what is a pyramid scheme or something like that. Go and look. It's BBC Africa. You'll find it on YouTube. It's about 50 minutes long. Well worth watching. Very well done. And what they do in there is they separate legitimate network marketing and MLM and illegitimate. I was so happy that they did that because most of the time the media just tell you about the illegitimate. They don't talk about their own. Really, really good. Okay. But we're surrounded by it, so we automatically assume everything is. And so you go to a prospect, you say, let me tell you about DuePoint. They go, it's a pyramid scheme. You've been there, haven't you? So it's an automatic response. You might have had the same response when you were first told. Hey, when you were first told about DuePoint, you might have automatically gone, hey, it's a pyramid scheme. You might have. Okay, it's a normal reaction. We all have friends who've lost money, maybe even ourselves, in these things. So immediately you are defensive because you have seen it in real life. You don't want to be the guy that hounds everybody about this thing. If you make me a DuePoint wealth engineer, then I have to be the guy that goes to all of my friends and hounds them about this thing they think is a pyramid scheme. I get to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. Okay? All right? You tried it and it failed. You yourselves might have tried network marketing before of some kind, legit or illegit, and you failed at it. It didn't work out for you. And so you're not willing. Your prospects might say to you, I was in one of those things for years and I just lost money. Might be in there. You see all the things that we've got, all these layers that we've got in there. Everyone you talk to will feel the same way. That's a natural stigma. I'm not doing this because everybody's going to think the same way I'm thinking. Everyone will say no. Okay, the media, final subcategory. All network marketing and MLM is illegal and illegitimate. That's what the media believe. You can go and talk to Tom. He comes right out of Eyewitness News. His eyes have been opened since he's been at DuePoint. Open. He said, I had no idea. He said, whenever we see something like this as journalists, we go for the jugular. And he said, we are just ignorant. And I mean, how many? The Rank Nines will know over the years I've been posting up radio shows where guys, every now and then, at least once a year, some radio DJ somewhere will talk about network marketing, and it's always about how it's illegitimate, how it's illegal. We had MoneyWeb in 2017. We had MoneyWeb called me up the one day and said, we heard you running an illegitimate network marketing scheme selling financial services products, and we're going to, I paraphrased, but he said, I'm not happy about it. Okay, so I couldn't see him face to face. I said, come in. I want to show you my offices. I want to show you what we're doing. He said, I live in Cape Town. I'm not coming to Joburg. I think most journalists live in Cape Town. Anyway, I said, all right, well, let's have a phone call. So we had a phone call. I spoke to him for over an hour. The ladies that work here will remember. Over an hour, I spoke to him. And I was able to demonstrate to him that we're completely legal, that we're legitimate, that we've been proven, that all of these sorts of things. And all it did was frustrate the hell out of him because of the stigma he carried. He went, I don't want to hear that you're legitimate. I don't want to hear that because I know everyone's told me that network marketing and MLM is illegitimate. And you've now proven to me it's not. And so at the end of the day, he went, Brendan, okay, you've proven to me that you are legit. I just don't like it. So I said, okay, well, I can't help that. So he wrote an article. We put it up on our Facebook page a while ago, and we put it up. I actually emailed the link out. It was in 2017 to all the wealth engineers, and it said, selling financial services like Tupperware. That was done. He put my answers in. He did a very good job. He wrote down his concerns. He wrote my answers down to it. And at the end of the day, he said, DuePoint is legitimate. I just don't like it. What do you do? But what does it do to everybody who has no clue about DuePoint? They go, oh, listen, MoneyWeb said. So I'm not joining DuePoint because MoneyWeb said. Is that not what people do? Yeah. Constantia lose a case recently in court. There's a whole lot of details about it. I spoke about it. People go, oh, I've heard about Constantia. The court found against them. I'm not joining. What did they find against them about? I don't know what. I just know the court found against them. So I'm not joining. Do you see how we're all sheep? Do you see how we're all sheep? Poverty mindset. Poverty mindset. Okay. Only the worst are ever highlighted. That's what the media does. The media doesn't want to show you the good guys. That's what MoneyWeb was trying to do. They were going to show us as another bad guy and then failed. You know? That's what frustrated them. They want to show the bad, so we only ever see the bad. Ignorance is always broadcast, whether it's the DJ themselves or the people they bring in. I'm always absolutely gobsmacked at the level of ignorance. You see, they don't bring people like me on because I'm going to ruin their show. I'm going to ruin it. Many, many years ago, we were working in a business called SA Motor Loans, my brother and I had a DJ call in, and he was angry as hell because Volvo were giving him a terrible trade-in on his car. And he said, Brennan, you work in this space. Tell me how I can really nail these buggers at Volvo. So I asked him for the Volvo. I did the calculation. I said, no, that's exactly the right trade price on your car. And he said, how can that be? And then I explained it to him. So he said, Brennan, all you've done today is remove my angle. He had no intention of actually finding out whether his car was legitimately valued or not. He wanted a story. He wanted a story. Ignorance is all that is broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. Always, always. It's broadcast. And it creates the stigma that's in the minds of all of us. Subjectivity always reigns versus objectivity. It's the way I feel. You've removed my angle, Brendan. Not, oh, those are the facts. Now I understand. No. Media is subjectivity. That's all it is. All right. So, what combats fear? The truth. The truth is what combats your fear. When you turn the light on in the dark, suddenly you can see that there's nothing in the room, and your fear goes away. So let's turn the light on in the room, and let's build our confidence. I've smashed it to pieces this morning. Now we're going to build you back up again. You know what all the reasons are now? Now we're going to find out what the truth is. We're going to turn the light on. Okay. Ego and embarrassment. You remember that one? That was the first one. Over there, let's take a look at the truth. Here's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, those that succeed at network marketing always embody leadership, innovation, persistence, and drive. Is this something you think is the qualities of a failure in life? Every person I've ever met that succeeded at network marketing has become, they have made themselves innovative, persistent, entrepreneurial, and ultimately leaders. They have made themselves. These are things, ladies and gentlemen, that we should be proud of. We are combating an embarrassment of what will other people think of us. Well, if we do this properly, other people are going to think that of us. Are we going to be ashamed then? Are we going to be worried about our friends then? If we have become leaders, if we have demonstrated persistence and drive and innovation, and as a result have become wealthy, will we be embarrassed? Rob reminded me of the story yesterday of Dave Dornan. He bought this massive mansion right at the end of the 18th hole in this very fancy estate. It was the biggest house in the estate, and he's playing golf with 3 other guys. And he's a couple of holes in, and they get to the house, and they're like, damn, look at the size of this behemoth. This is crazy. Look at that. And then that guy goes, and then he says, don't you live in there? He says, yeah, no, that's my house. And then another guy in the group says to him, aren't you that Amway guy? And he went, yeah, I'm that Amway guy. You like my house? If we succeed, we have nothing to be ashamed of. That's the reality. You will choose. Today you will see that every category has a choice in it. We think there's no choice. And prospects think there's no choice. Prospects and you, on occasion, think that this is the only way it's going to be. But you can choose for it to be that way. Or you can choose for it to be this way. It's your choice. Your choice. Perception. What did we say? Ponzi schemes, pyramids, automatic knee-jerk response. Okay? Great. Well, DuePoint isn't a pyramid or a Ponzi scheme. Why? Well, let's look at it. Let's look at it properly. I mean, I don't like doing this because generally it's going to boggle your mind and it's going to confuse you. But I'm going to do it this morning. let's sort this out. Why is DuePoint not a pyramid scheme? Well, then we need to understand what a pyramid scheme is. And people don't understand what it is. A pyramid scheme is actually defined in the Consumer Protection Act. It's in Chapter 2, okay, subsection 4. This is where you will find it. It says here, an arrangement, agreement, practice, or scheme is a pyramid scheme if, you see it even says, okay, this is it, all right? Participants in the scheme receive compensation derived primarily from their respective recruitment of other persons as participants, rather than from the sale of any goods or services. You see, immediately you're going, hang on, but that is DuePoint. Hang on, we get paid for recruiting people. Oh, I saw some of you guys already going, oh crap. This is a pyramid scheme. I've wasted my Saturday morning. What are wealth engineers paid for at DuePoint? Recruiting others? No. You can bring me 100,000 people. This is a very big reason why this group of individuals in South Africa, and there's a group of about 250,000 South Africans who, as full-time careers, hop from pyramid scheme to Ponzi scheme to pyramid scheme. They do. It's what they do. And they wait for the next one. So, the one comes up with a bot that does bit trading, they're on there. It's a pyramid scheme. There's no bot and there's no Bitcoin and there's no nothing. It's just they come and take your money, okay? And they're there. And their hope is they get in early. Because if they get in early, they can pillage the money from as many people as they can below them and then hop quickly to the next one as that one collapses. Okay? There's about 250,000 people that do it. They hate DuePoint. They hate it because they come along with their books of people. They dump them into DuePoint. I raise a debit order. The people don't pay the debit order. They don't get any money. They hate it. And so they say things like Patrick's often said. Patrick says, they say, we don't like premium. We don't like premium. In other words, we don't like regular. We want to go to a person and say, give us 2,500 rand now. And they suck the 2,500 rand out of the person. They never see that person again. That's what they like. Okay. That's why they became illegal. That's why it became illegal in South Africa. It's because it steals. That's all it is, just theft. And it's amazing. It doesn't matter if the guy's from Sweden or where's the new guys from? I don't know. This Belito is the one. It doesn't matter where they come from. They put a big song and dance of flames on the stage. I tell you, I swore at my guys. I said, if we ever have flames on our stage, you put me in the flames. Because the moment we do, the dancing girls, the laser beams, and they all got ponytails. They're like 60, but they got a ponytail. And they come out with their black suits, with their black shirt and the black tie and the sunglasses inside. And people fall for it in the droves. And then they're crying on the radio station as a victim later. Like, how stupid are we? Poverty mentality. Poverty mentality. We don't pay you a cent for recruiting. You put 10,000 people into DuePoint, they don't pay their products, you get nothing. It's that simple. We pay you only for the payment of products and services. That's it. People don't pay, don't earn. We are not a pyramid scheme. Do you see, people think that the definition of a pyramid scheme is the shape. No, because then the government would be a pyramid scheme. Your corporate company would be a pyramid scheme. They're all in that shape. One boss, two vice managers, it's the same thing. So you can't talk about pyramid schemes by the shape. Okay, it's not that. It is the function. And we are not defined as a pyramid scheme. Okay, what about a Ponzi scheme? Because, no, it's okay, so you're not a pyramid scheme, you're a Ponzi scheme. Okay, well, Ponzi scheme is defined again in Chapter 2 of the Consumer Protection Act in South Africa, and it is called a multiplication scheme in the Act. A multiplication scheme says, subsection 3 of Chapter 2, it says, a multiplication scheme exists when a person offers promises or guarantees. Do we promise or guarantee anything here at DuePoint? No, we do promise. We deliver on all our promises, okay? But in terms of financial, we don't, okay? Promise guarantee to any consumer, investor, or participant, okay? So no, this is not just money. This is an investor or consumer or participant where you guarantee or promise returns. An effective annual interest rate or return, this can also be defined and is defined as a return on your money, okay, as calculated in the prescribed manner that is at least 20% above the repo rate determined by the South African Reserve Bank. So the repo rate at the moment is about 3%, okay, plus minus, okay. That means that no one can offer you an annual return of more than 23% on anything. And yet, what do we have? This latest one, 10% per month return. That's like a 200% annual return. Does that not sound like it falls straight into the definition? How do you get a 200% return on anything in the world today? It's absolutely impossible. And yet we'll fall for it. No, there's this bot. Look at the number on my screen. Oh, look at it. It's just going up and up and up. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. And yet, there's thousands. They've been on your WhatsApp groups. They tell you you're crazy. They tell you there's a conspiracy by the big banks to crush the little guy. Oh, come on. Why do you think there's a law? Because eventually the legislators went, oh, come on. You can't earn returns that big on any set of money. Now, at DuePoint, okay, do we offer you any interest rates on anything? People go, yes, on the Access Wealth. No, man. The Access Wealth is a tax-free investment. It's not a bank account. We don't offer any interest on anything. Okay, so first of all, we're out on that. What about returns? Ask any investment or lend you any monies. Do we take large sums of cash from you as DuePoint? No, you can put your money into a tax-free investment with Prime CIS, but that's not us. We don't take any money, and we don't lend you any money. Okay, all right. Do we pay for the recruitment of investors or lenders? No, we don't pay you for those. All right, and so that must mean that we're not a pyramid or Ponzi scheme. Okay, so now you know. All right, let me go there. You know that all we are is a direct selling company. Direct selling companies are completely legitimate. They're defined in the Acts, and we are regulated by a whole bunch of regulators. At DuePoint, we've got even more than usual. We've got 9 that look after us, and the Direct Selling Association of South Africa. Okay, that's what we are. So if anybody comes up to you and says it's a pyramid or Ponzi scheme, tell them, no, we're not. We do not fall into any of the definitions, and how would we have lasted 5 years? Particularly in the financial services sector, if we were. No, we're not. It's why when we get a complaint, we've had 2 or 3 complaints to the Financial Sector Conduct Authority that DuePoint is a pyramid scheme. They don't even send them to us. They don't. They're like, oh, these people. I don't know what they're talking about. And so when you do have a prospect that says a pyramid or Ponzi scheme, don't entertain it. Don't. Kill it in its tracks. All right. Perception, we spoke about this pyramid Ponzi scheme. Okay, so we've decided we're not a pyramid scheme. We have overwhelming testimony of success. These things never work or last. DuePoint has already been around half a decade. We're not going anywhere. Have you had any emergency notices from us? Have you seen us cutting the returns and rewards down? Removing things from the XP Rewards program? Donnie will remember on the 6th of February, I made him a promise, 6th of February 2016. 5 years ago, I said, Donnie, we're never going to change the remuneration structure. And what you guys were used to, having remuneration structure changes on a monthly basis, were you not? 5 years later, do you believe yet, guys? Do you believe? I'm not talking to everybody, I'm talking to specifically. Do you believe me yet? No, it's got to be 10 years before I believe you, Brendan. Okay. We have overwhelming testimony of success already here at DuePoint. We have 3 more rank 11s this year. We have people moving up in the thousands. We now pay more people, I think, per month than any other network marketing company in South Africa. We haven't made any millionaires yet. We're going to get there. But we've only been around for, we've been trading now for about 52, 54 months, something like that, maybe 55 months. We're crying in a bucket. We're brand new. We're absolutely brand new. Okay? Look at the oldest direct selling company in the world is Avon, 135 years old. We're not even 5. Why are people saying, no, it's not working, it's taking too long? It's not taking too long. We haven't even started. No, but this thing, on my computer says 10% per month, I can get rich straight away. What's wrong with us? What's wrong with us? No, we have already got overwhelming testimony, factual evidence of our success here at DuePoint. And globally, right now, the average earning networker earns 40,000 Rand a month. Why would you run away from a business? If there was a business out there that said, come join my business, the average employee in the structure of our business earns 40,000 Rand. You guys would be in there in a flash. There'd be no questions asked. It would have guys queuing up outside the front door. Start believing, ladies and gentlemen. Start believing here at DuePoint. What was the other one? Oh yes, I don't have any time. I don't have enough time. I'm sorry. Remember, I'm too important. I'm telling you. My response to that is, don't worry. When you're unemployed, you will have a wealth of time. Do you actually believe you will remain employed in South Africa? Do you actually believe that? Don't even joke with me. Don't worry. Time is something you're about to have an abundance of. An abundance. Okay. All right. Fear, ego, isolation. Oh, I'm going to lose all my friends. I'm no good at selling. I'm not a leader, etc., etc. Let's take a look at it. DuePoint does not ask for any large sums of money. You're not going to lose your friends. You've lost your friends in the past. Why? Because you put them on the stupid computer thing where the guy with the ponytail from Sweden was promising you massive returns in fake shares and, no, we're launching our gaming, no, whatever. That's when you lose friends. Donnie often says it. Eventually you're going to run out of idiots. Yeah, eventually you're going to run out of idiots. Because how long before people realize it's nonsense? Okay? At DuePoint, we do not burn people. We do not burn them. Okay? You are not going to hurt the people you connect here. In fact, what we say here, we're not selling as well, but we know that here at DuePoint, we reinstate somebody about once every hour. That means people have left because they were going to the better thing, and then came back. Now, they would not have come back if we had hurt them, if we had burnt them in any way. They would not have come back. But we don't hurt people here. What you pay for is only your product, and it's a real product. So it's the same product you could buy at any other insurance company. It's not unique to us. We try and make them a bit more special and price them better and things like that. But, it's the same product as you could buy down the road. So we're not hurting. You're not going to lose your friends in this one like you would if you said to them, give me 2,500 rand. Give me 4,000 euros. That's what I saw for our education package. Oh, my word. Work out what 4,000 euros is these days. We're not selling, so you don't have to be a salesperson. Fantastic. I say to everybody, a guy says, I'm not a salesperson. I say, you're perfect for DuePoint. We contract you out of selling. I love selling. Great, you're perfect for DuePoint. Come. Because it's an incidental. It's not true at all. I don't know anybody. I don't know enough people. That's great. Start walking the streets. When Rob and I said to you at the beginning of November, you've got to start accelerating. What we expected was to see people really moving outside of their comfort zones to find and to get in contact with the 57 million South Africans. It hasn't happened yet. I don't know why. I think it's fear. That's why we're doing this morning. Because I think fear is stopping you from going to the tens of millions of South Africans who are in big, big trouble right now. Big trouble. You cannot say you don't know enough people. You cannot say that your Facebook ads aren't working. You cannot say that your WhatsApp messages aren't working. Get on your feet. Get on your feet. Get out there. The people are around us. They're around us everywhere. Why are we not telling them the good news? Why are we not? Because we're afraid. And this morning I want to get rid of that fear. Let's get rid of the fear. Get out there now and start telling people about the DuePoint good news. We have to do it. We cannot continue to say we don't know enough people or that what we're doing is not working. Because if what we're doing is not working, it's time to change it. We need to use our feet. This business will always be about community. It'll always be about community. You've got to talk to people. And in Corona, you can talk to them. You just have to do it with a mask on. It doesn't stop you. No, I can't have a cup of coffee with someone anymore. Of course you can. The restaurants aren't closed. Get on your feet. Use Facebook. Use WhatsApp. Use Instagram. I don't mind. But use your feet too. We have got to get in the faces of South Africans. There are millions, millions of them. Wait, you haven't done it yet. We will do it. I'm going to keep hammering at you guys until we do it. We will do it. Get out there and do it. Okay? I'm not a leader. No problem. I'll introduce you to a leader. I'm not a leader. No problem. I've got plenty of leaders at DuePoint. I'll introduce you to one that can help you. Super Saturdays. We use them to connect people. Before every Super Saturday, we do a Meet the Executive Super Saturday meeting where we purposefully connect the new people who've just ranked up to their channel leaders. So that if they feel they can't do it, they're directly connected to someone. You don't have to be a leader straight away. You will ultimately need to be a leader in this business, but we'll get you there. We'll get you there. I'll connect you to a leader. Every personality is perfect for DuePoint. We've spoken about it. Doesn't matter who you are, how shy you are, or how extrovert you are. You're perfect for DuePoint. All right. Lack of self-belief. Okay, everybody fails. So I'm going to fail. What if I fail at this thing, etc., etc.? Okay. This, I believe, right now at DuePoint, is truly the first time you actually have a chance of succeeding in life. You didn't up until now. How many of you were in the luxurious position of having a father that would pay for you to study 2 degrees back to back? Chartered accountant and lawyer. No one else. What a surprise. Okay. How many of you were able to get into an industry because your dad basically built the foundation of the industry? None of you. Ah. Do you see how you were doomed before you started? And then we talk about the South African context. Let's talk about the 40 million black South Africans who've just come out of apartheid, that do not have capital, do not have their parents to support them, and they're trying to forge an existence in South Africa's failing economy. Do you think the average South African can succeed? No. Now you have that chance. Now, for the first time, let's look at the numbers. You know me, I'm an accountant. I like the numbers, okay? At the moment, it's 57.6 million South Africans. That's how many people live in our country, okay, that are registered as citizens. There's probably more, actually. You think about all the foreigners that live here illegally, we're probably looking at about 70 million people. So I'm going to use that number in future, because if you're foreign, you're allowed to be in here as long as you've got a South African bank account. Great, okay? Gives you a bigger field to be harvesting in. All right, great. But we'll stick to the official numbers. 57.6 million South Africans at the moment. 24 million plus minus. Now, I don't want somebody who comes, oh, it's 23. Approximately 24 million South Africans are what we call economically viable. In other words, they're not too old and they're not too young. They are in the employment age bracket, 20 to 65, call it. It's 24 million of us. The rest, there's nothing we can do with. They're too old or too young. Some will move up, the others will die off, okay? That's it. That's the bracket they're in. Lynette, you're an exception. We know that. There's always exceptions. There's always, and Lynette, you're exceptional. Your son told me, I'll never find another one like you. He said that to me, and he's right, statistically speaking. Okay. 24 million people that we got. So let's look at just the 24 million people that are economically active, okay? Of them, 9.5 million are employed. That's how many jobs there are in South Africa. I want us to put this into context. No, what I need is a real job. Okay, there's 9.5 million of them, and there are 57 million people. This year we lost 2 million jobs. Next year they say the same will happen again. By the end of next year, that number will drop to 7.5 million. 7.5 million out of 57 million. And you know what the thing is? We're still breeding, aren't we? We're still breeding. That number is rising at there, while this number is dropping here. It always absolutely astounds me. I mean, maybe this is, again, a wealth thing. I understood that I was going to be poor if I had lots of children. But poor people go, I'm rich when I have lots of children. But it's not true. It just makes them even more poor. We have to curb our breeding rates. We have to. If we're going to turn our economy around, the first thing we've got to do is we've got to cut down the number of children we have. Because who's feeding them? You are, but you don't have a job. So you're all starving together. It's not a cultural thing. I'm not being mean. I'm talking numbers, just numbers. Actuarial, accounting, rands and cents. Have less children, you get richer. Okay, it's that simple. It's that simple. Okay, so now we've got the problem of growing that number, because I don't think my words will be heeded. I'll probably be mocked for them. Okay, that number will grow, but that number is shrinking. 9.5 million people currently. There's 24 million people that should have jobs, but only 9.5 million have jobs. It's a nightmare. You know, they tell us the unemployment rate in South Africa is, what, 40%? It's not 40%. It's like 80%. Now, they don't want to say that's bad for votes. It's bad for votes. Okay. 2.4 million of the 9.5 pay tax. We support 20 million social grants a month off of the money made from 2.4 million people. Do you see the problem we have here? But I want a real job. I don't want to do this. It's a this, it's a that. I don't know people. I'll lose my friends. I don't have time. I'm not Just look at the numbers. Just look at the numbers. 2.4 million people pay all the tax in South Africa. These you can go and find. I've got the references for you. You can go and look them up. I didn't suck these numbers out of my thumb. Okay. All right. Okay. So of the 2.4 million that pay tax, 130,000 of them earn more than 100,000 Rand a month. Okay? So when I look at these numbers, I say to myself, okay, who here is surviving? Who here is succeeding? 130,000 people are succeeding. The rest are all surviving. Would you consider yourself a success if you were earning 30,000 Rand a month? I mean, we were going, I'm earning R1 million a year. Now I've succeeded. That's where we wanted to. 130,000 people out of 57.6 million people are succeeding in South Africa today. That's all. Think about how little 130,000 people is. Think about how little it is. That's what it is. Okay. Let's break it down. Now I want to look just at the taxpayers. Okay. So the taxpayers are just these 2.4 here. I'm going to exclude 55 million people in South Africa. I'm only going to look at the taxpayers. Because remember, we're trying to decide if we can succeed at this. Remember, everybody fails at this. These businesses never work. Okay. Great. We're looking at that. 2.4 million people. 97% of the 2.4 earn less than 20,000 Rand a month. We already said that only 3% of the country is paying tax. Now we've just said that 97% of the 3% earn less than 20,000 Rand a month. Now for me, 20,000 Rand a month is what I call survival income. You can't do anything with 20,000 Rand a month other than survive. You can't. You go 20,000 Rand a month, you are just breathing. That's all you're doing. 97% of the taxpayers in South Africa earn less than 20,000 Rand a month. That's 1%. 1% earn more than 20,000 Rand a month. 1% of the total, okay? 0.79%. 0.07% earn 100,000 Rand a month or more. This means that you have 0.07% chance of succeeding with traditional employment. I want that to sink in a bit. Because all of you want a job, because if I get a good job, if I build a great career, you have 0.07% chance of that happening. That's what you have. Effectively, ladies and gentlemen, it is impossible for you to succeed in traditional employment. It is impossible. You'll get your 20,000 Rand a month. That's what you'll get. And you will breathe through life. You will survive. You will experience none of the good things. You will have none of your dreams achieved, and you will have all of your aspirations shattered. All of them, if you continue to persevere with traditional employment. You are wasting your time. You are wasting your time. How many of you do I know still tell me you can't do DuePoint properly because you're too busy at work? You have 1/700th% chance of succeeding. Okay. Now let's look at all 24 million people. Let's gross the numbers up now. 20% of South Africans earn anything. 0.2% will earn 20,000 Rand. 0.2 of the 24 million will earn 20,000 Rand or more. 99.8% of South Africans in the 24 million, will earn less than 20,000 Rand a month. And 1/100th% will earn 100,000 Rand more. That's just the 24 million. I'll gross it up a little further to 57 million, and you will see that that's now 1/1000th% of South Africans will earn 100,000 or more. What are we doing with traditional employment? Let's compare it now. Let's compare it to DuePoint. You don't want to do DuePoint because no one succeeds at DuePoint and you'd rather have a traditional job. Okay, let's take a look. These are our success rates at the moment. We know 100 in, 65 out, 35 stick, and we're right now our earners. These are people that are earning but not succeeding. It's 8%. Hang on, 8%? Right, let's go back. 0.2%. 0.2% succeed in traditional employment. How many are succeeding at DuePoint right now? 8%. That's quite a lot more, isn't it? That's quite a lot more. Now, the journalists will say, 92% of people who join DuePoint fail. And I'll go 99.8% of people who get a job fail. So 92% is much, much better. Is it not? 8% versus 0.2%. of those that are really succeeding at DuePoint, about 2% of people who've joined DuePoint are really succeeding. How many did we say would be succeeding here? 1/100%. How many at DuePoint? 2%. That means your chance of just being an earner at DuePoint, surviving at DuePoint, is 740% greater than if you have a traditional job. And what is your chance of succeeding? It's 250 times bigger than your chance of succeeding in traditional employment. What are you doing from Monday to Friday every week? Why did you not heed what Rob and I said at the beginning of November and really put your feet down and really get accelerating with DuePoint? Where is this belief? I'll tell you where this belief comes from. The belief that you can succeed in traditional employment comes from your education. You see, you were taught that you needed to get into the factory and you needed to come in the bottom and work your way up. You were taught that. What they didn't tell you is that it's a funnel shape, it's a pyramid, a true pyramid scheme, and that all of you would come in at the bottom, but very few of you would be able to make it up to the top. They don't tell you that. But you believe it's so hard that you are still going back to your jobs on Monday, are you not? You're going to have forgotten everything I said this morning. And you're going to waste another entire week when you could have been telling people about the good news of DuePoint. You could have been. All right, so let's go back to that. This is your chance to succeed. People just like you are succeeding. I'm not going to be able to succeed. I'm not like you. People just like you are succeeding already. 2%, 250 times more than traditional employment are succeeding at DuePoint already. Your circumstances and personality are not unique. Don't give me that. We've had enough people through DuePoint for me to have seen everybody, all the different personalities, and all the different sets of circumstances. DuePoint's system is not dictated to by any of that. Doesn't matter who you are. I don't have the 249. Well, make a plan. If you want to pull yourself out of the hole you're in, make a plan. This system works for all South Africans because it was built here. It's not from the guy with the ponytail in Sweden. It's not from that guy. It's not from these other ones. This was built here by South Africans in this set of circumstances. This is the closest marry to your circumstances of any tool that you've ever had before in South Africa. It's right here in front of you now. Poverty mindset, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have leaders at DuePoint. Hate that. My leader introduced me. No, your leader didn't introduce you. My leader told me that your product covers me for this, this, and this. Your leaders, we've had that before. Carol says to me, another lady on the phone just said to me, your leader from DuePoint. So she said, Brendan or Rob? No. No, Philip from KZN. What? No, we don't have leaders because this is a tool for everyone. This is the one that says, you don't have to be a leader. We don't need the leaders to have all the success. Everybody can success. We only have channel owners. Owners, ladies and gentlemen. You are a business owner at DuePoint. You have an asset. Remember, all of our income comes off of assets. Not off of a computer screen, not off of made-up gaming sites, not off of nonsense like that. It's asset-based income, and you are owners. All of you are owners in this business, not leaders, not leaders. You get this wonderful thing. When you're afraid, in poverty mindset, you get stuck into that traditional employment. It's that rigid 8 till 5 every day, 8 till 5, 8 till 5. You've got no freedom. You can never do anything. Saturday is your only day you can do anything on. Wonderful thing about us is we give you full freedom of time management here. You're not going to be stuck in a structure. All the hours of the day and the week can be used for anything with our system. While you remain employed, you are enslaved to that time frame. You cannot move out of it. At DuePoint, we give you complete freedom beyond even the money. You become the master of your own destiny. When were you truly the master of your own destiny? When were you have never been it. Like I said to you, you thought you were going to succeed, but you were never going to succeed. Everything was against you in the current system to succeed. Now, you truly can be the master of your own destiny. Now you can. And here, wealth and success is for everyone. It's not for the leaders. It's not for the special people. It's for everybody. Every single one of you can choose to succeed. Everyone. But you're going to have to choose it. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to choose it. We said apathy. Folks, your lifestyle is currently a shadow of what it could be. People say to me, I'm afraid my lifestyle will change. I'm not willing to work, remember, because then I'll lose my free time, I'll lose my TV, I'll lose my golf, I'll lose my everything. You don't know the life you could live if you had success with DuePoint. The life you could live, the freedom, what you could do. People have said to me before, money is not everything. I've said money is not everything. It's 99.9% of everything. You know how many problems you can solve with money? Do you know how many cool things you can do with money? How much better would your life be if you had money? Don't tell me you're not willing to work because you're afraid you're going to lose your lifestyle. You're going to build a lifestyle you couldn't even imagine with the DuePoint system. You couldn't even imagine it. Just look at what DuePoint has to offer for you guys. Just look at what we're going to offer you. Massive recurring income, no rigid time and hours during the week, no selling products, no any of the things that you have to do at your normal jobs. But more than that, the cars, the holidays, the recognition, the affirmation. How many of you get the level of affirmation at your jobs that you do here? How many of you, your bosses even know who you are? You know? You work in big enough corporates, you never ever see them. I always love it when people call client service and say they demand to speak to the CEO. I go, really, call Discovery and demand to speak to the CEO and see what happens to you. See what happens. But you know what the difference is? I'll take the phone call. That's how different we are. Look at what we offer you. Is it not worth a change in your current lifestyle? If you are to get all of these things from DuePoint, you can have nothing in life without work, guys. This is the thing. Why do people go to all of these online crazy things from overseas? Why do they go to the pyramids schemes and the Ponzi schemes? Why do they go there? Because they know what you want. You want to be able to make money without working. So they say, just give us your money and we'll make you rich. And then they take your money and you don't get anything. Not a single cent. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to make money that is there permanently, that you don't get just once off. It's not 60,000 Rand in 1 month and then nothing the month after. No, money that is there every single month. Holidays that are there every single year. Cars that are permanently yours. New houses. If you want these things, you are going to have to work for them. I can't take that away because that's the world. That's life. And you will never get rich following get-rich-quick schemes. But here, if you change your lifestyle a bit, if you put the time and energy in, you have 250% more chance of succeeding than you do at anything traditional. That's what you've got with us here. Bad experiences, we know this. DuePoint has years of testimony. We've proven to you already. Donnie, 5 years later, haven't changed the compensation plan. Delivered on all my promises. Everything I said I was going to do, I did. Okay? We did it already. We've proven it. We reinstate somebody every hour. We're already proving that people are starting to get to know us. Okay? We give this training to you guys, or take it from the beginning, and people are copying it out there at the moment. They're starting to get to know who we are out there. People are really starting to get this brand. Okay? And so everybody who has persisted at DuePoint has succeeded that I know of. Only those that quit can say that they failed, and they failed themselves. Everybody who's persisted at DuePoint has broken through in the end with us over here. More and more people are starting to understand what we are. We're seeing it at the DSA. People are recognizing us now. We're being asked to do things in the industry to help them, to demonstrate stuff, because people are starting to see, hang on, this is really real. And so the bad experiences are for the other things. We have not had people have bad experiences with us. No one's walked away and said we harmed them. No one. That's massive. No other network marketing company in South Africa can say that. The legitimate ones have all burnt someone. I've had people in here before from the legitimate ones say, I lost 84,000 Rand on that. I lost 56,000 Rand on that. I lost 98,000 Rand on that. Nobody's ever been able to say that here at DuePoint because we don't take your money. And therefore, people are starting to recognize that DuePoint is different. It's different. The media, okay, DuePoint has proven to be legitimate already, even for the guys on MoneyWeb. DuePoint has begun to be recognized by the media. I've had phone calls from them asking my opinion on things now. So instead of trying to tear me down, they're now starting to ask me my opinion on things. And as time passes, the truth of DuePoint is becoming the norm. It's getting out there. We can do much better. We can move this thing faster. But it's starting to get out there right now. And your testimonies will become the ultimate objective reality. The media are not going to bring their subjectivity in because your testimonies will be the truth, the fact, the objectivity of this business. Do we understand this? What has Donnie got to say? Donnie says, there's nothing like cold facts to end a heated debate. That's what's going on here. If you properly understand, there is no debate. I've said it before, DuePoint is beyond educated debate. If you're properly educated, you can't debate us. You can only debate us from a point of ignorance. That's the only way you can debate us. And so, we need to trust the story. This is my slide. The story has already been told. You need to trust that it will be told for you as well. What's it going to take? Has it worked before? Yes, it has. Hundreds of thousands of people, millions have succeeded in network marketing. And here at DuePoint, we've had thousands succeed. Will you have to work? You bet your ass you're going to have to work. Would you have to work at your traditional job? Yes. So what's the problem? What's the problem? Of course you're going to have to work. Is it going to take time? Yes. Because this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's the real deal. It's not going to take 5 minutes. It's going to take decades. But you were willing to waste decades in traditional employment where you were never going to get anything. Never. So why would you not take those decades and put them into this? Why wouldn't you? Do it here. Will people say no? For sure. For sure. So get over it. Get over it on day one. Get over it on day one. People are going to say no. Good. Fine. Or people are going to say yes. Yes. People are going to say yes. We've got 8% of people earning and we've got 2% really killing it. Okay. People are going to say yes. All right. Can you succeed? Yes. For the first time, yes. You've got 740% more chance of at least earning, and you've got 250% more chance of really succeeding than you do in anything else in South Africa today. So you can succeed. Will it be worth it? The sacrifices, the embarrassment, the loss of friends, the change of personality, will it be worth it in the end? Absolutely, because what else have you got that is going to give you what we can offer you? What else? We put 3 videos up on Facebook of our Rank 9 trip at the end of this year. I don't think you were fully impacted by what we were demonstrating to you. What we have done for the Rank 9 trip this year is something quite astronomical. We are taking our Rank 9s to 3 of the top destinations in the world, not in South Africa. The third one you're going to see today, the estate it on, was ranked the #1 hotel in the world last year. Not in its category, not in its class, not in it. Overall, in the world, best hotel. That's where we're going. So what I asked Tom to do was to sew all 3 videos together because it tells a very different picture. I was really shocked at how few shares we got on these videos. We'll put up an intro and you guys will share it 400 times. We put up these videos, you shared them 40 times. And I was like, why? And then I realized you hadn't understood. You think this is just another holiday destination. No, what we have created here will be the finest holiday I think anybody in South Africa will go on this December. I'm talking anybody, even the richest people are not going to go on a holiday in this December like the one the Rank 9s are going to go on. Why did you decelerate in the last half of this year? Did you not want to go on this holiday? All right, think about that while I show you all 3 sewn together. It's going to change your mind. 8 days, 1 day more than usual. 3 locations, Bushman's Kloof, 12 Apostles, and Liu House. And all the things in between. Helicopters, planes, trains, and automobiles in between. Why are you not coming with us? What stopped you this year from coming with us? Why did you give up in July when you still had 6 months? Ask yourself these questions. What sucked up your time in the last 6 months when you could have been building wealth with us here at DuePoint? What did you spend it on? And will it give you what you just saw there? Any part of what you saw there? And you know, for the rank 9s, some of them it'll be their 5th trip. Hey, Donnie, I think it's your 5th trip with us this year. 5 trips like this. He's never suffered. That's why he can't lose weight. He keeps coming with us. Hey, you see all the food we eat. I mean, Donnie coined the term meat babalas because, you know, you wake up the next morning and you feel like you've been drinking all night, but you weren't. You were just eating all night. Why are you not coming with us? Can you put aside your fear now and begin to trust the story? It has been done before. You will not be the first to do it. The tracks have been laid. The path has been cut. You just have to walk it. And we are right at the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. Less than 100,000 people have been through DuePoint's doors out of 57.4 million. When are we getting to the rest? Put aside your disbelief. Put aside your doubts. This is a proven system already. Get out there and do the work. Don't take December off because it'll cost you next year's rank 9 trip. You skip this month, this December, it's very likely you won't make next year. But if you use this December and this January and this February and next August and next October and next November, you'll be coming away with us. We're going to a whole new location again. We're not going to Mauritius next year. Whole new location again next year. You're going to watch someone else go. You're going to say, no, it's for the leaders. It's for the special people. Or you're going to put aside your doubts and you're going to get in. Folks, it's time to put a doubt to bed. It's really time to accelerate with DuePoint. 2021. How many are you going to become rank 9? Let's make it happen. All righty. I hope that's helped. And I hope it helps in the future. This will go into your apps under the basic series. Make sure everybody watches it. Are you going to share it 40 times? Or are you going to share it 400 times? How many people need to see this? How many of the people in your channel need to see this? Who are in but doing nothing? Use this tool. Use this tool. All right, now, we have another special announcement for this morning. We have been working very hard. I've been working for the last 2 years on expanding one of our products, and I want to talk about all the expansions that I've done to it. 2 particular expansions that we've done to the product. I'll start with the small one, then I'll get to the bigger one afterwards. But I think it should assist you guys further in getting people who need to believe in the products before they can join. We'll give them a little bit more to believe in. All right, so we are expanding our family wealth funeral plan. Okay, for you. I need to do this quickly, sorry. Hang in there, Baptist. We'll be quick. All right. Family wealth funeral plan. Okay, we're expanding on it. All right. First expansion. We're adding to all categories the ability to add 15 family members now to the plan. So you've currently got 5 and 10 that you can add to your 20 and your 30,000. You can now add 15. There's a choice to add up to 15 family members to each choice of the family wealth plan. But more importantly, we've now also added more cover. You can now choose a 40,000 and a 50,000 rands worth of funeral cover options on the family wealth. So you've got a whole array. You've got 20, 30, 40, 50,000 rand options you can pick for the family wealth funeral plan, and you can add 5, 10, or 15 family members to the plan as well. This should be able to significantly assist you. We've had lots of people asking for 50,000 rands worth of cover. You've got the 50,000 rands worth of cover, and the pricing is superb. And I really mean that. I challenge you to go out and test these in the market. I think our pricing is the best with regard to what you get with the funeral plan. Look at this. $499, 10 family members and 20,000, you can get 40,000 rands worth of cover for the same price for 5 family members. Going from 20 to 40 is not a 100% increase, only a 60% increase in the premium. So for 60% more, you can get more than double, or you can get double the cover. So the premiums are fantastic here. Look at $50,000 for $599. Only $100 more than the 20,000, 10 family members. You can get 50,000 rands worth of cover. Now let's add that all up. How much is it? 50,000 for 15 people. So it's 15 plus yourself. That's 16 people times 50,000. Do the maths for me. Somebody quickly pull their calculator out. Work it out. How much cover? You're getting about 850,000 rands worth of cover here. So 850,000 rands worth of cover for $1,400 a month. Go and do the chat. Go and see if you can get this out there. This is proper funeral cover. You get the 10,000 rand outstanding debt cover. It's all there. You've got these extra options now to show that we're competing with the big boys. You actually can't get more than 50,000 rand. That's the maximum in terms of the legislation for funeral cover. So we are now right up to the maximum. So no one can outcompete us for the amount. And at 15 people, really. Go and try out. There's some of these guys will say you can do 20, but you've got to pay 84 rand per person. Go and work out 20 plus times 84 plus the base price, and you'll see how expensive it is. Here it's one price. It's the $1,499. You can put 15 people plus yourself in, and every one of you has got 50,000 rands worth of cover. 40,000, 30,000, 20,000. So we've got all these extra options now. It's live already on your apps, and you can do, if any of you want to upgrade, you're going to have to call in the client service on Monday. They'll upgrade you, but going forward, it'll be in the application form as you sign people into DuePoint. All righty. Good work, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for this morning. I'm really hoping to see some real acceleration now into December. We can't collapse under 2020. We now have to pull ourselves out of it. And I want everybody flat out. Don't waste your time on things that are going to make you poor. Focus on things that are going to make you wealthy. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for watching us. We'll see you later.